What's up, y'all? It's Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Take what women say online with a grain of salt. Yeah, I was going to call this something else, but then I looked at the bigger picture. But I'm going to cover what I was going to cover anyway, right? But, a lot of dudes get too caught up in what women say online. You get too caught up in it, you really can't. I take it with a grain of salt, It's like listening to toddlers talk. Because they can say one thing online or even in a public space. But then you start digging a little bit and you be finding some other stuff. Like I was going to talk about height. This height thing is ridiculous, right? But who be saying? Some women be saying, oh, he got to be 6 feet. And then some guys take them seriously and be like, oh, I got to be 6 feet. I ain't 6 feet. If the guy's like 5'4", okay, I might get that if he's complaining, but I've seen sometimes, even had some dudes hit me up and say, Rom, I'm only 5'11". Man, first of all, the average woman can't tell the motherfucking difference. And you got motherfuckers wearing lifts and shit, man. Dude, women say that, but they still be hooking up with motherfuckers who ain't 6 feet. First of all, there ain't enough of them there. Two, a lot of motherfuckers who are 6 feet, they having trouble getting women because, like I always say, women be looking at a lot of stuff. But you get some dudes, they get caught up, they feel sad. They be like, I ain't 6 feet. And you be like, oh, who told you that? Did a woman tell you that? A lot of times it ain't a woman telling them that. A lot of times it ain't a woman telling them that. A lot of times they see it on some social media or something. You can't take that shit seriously. Even when you get some of these videos, somebody interviewing a woman on the street, she can say anything. She typically ain't gonna say something to make her look bad. You take that with a grain of salt. People lie. They'll say that, but like I said, you dig and stuff. Like they'll say, well, he gotta be 6'5". But it be some little 5'7" motherfucker, a little overweight who turn their ass out. And who they gonna go home and after they done been on camera or something saying they want somebody 6'5", they gonna go someplace and suck that motherfucker, some 5'7" motherfucker's dick. Understand something. What women say and what they do are two different things. You gotta take that with a grain of salt. I thought about that in my own personal life. I'm having a hard time figuring out which women I was actually their type, what they say they wanted. Women that say they want one thing and then they end up shooting. And if you just like, yeah, whatever, shit, they end up throwing that ass, that big fat round ass be waving in the air for you. Shit. Women say something. They say what they, shit, I've seen that so many times. It's scary. Women that say they want one thing, then they end up with some other motherfucker. Ain't settling either. I've seen that too much. Be saying, well, he gotta be this, this, and this, but then the man they end up with ain't nowhere near it. That's why you take it with a grain of salt what they say. But see, some guys be taking it seriously. Like the money thing. Talking about, be having dudes getting mad at these women talking about they had one guy with $500,000. First, ask them if they've ever been with a guy who made $500,000. And then if they haven't, it's like, well, how you know how that's going to be? Because I've known several women hooked up with dudes who were professional making 6 figures, and they were getting straight up dogged. These were women who actually hooked up with like high post men. They were getting dogged. But the only women who gonna be saying that shit is a woman who hasn't. See, understand something with women. They always gonna say their ideal shit. We say our ideal is men. Our ideal is some dime. It's a perfect looking woman. But we ain't gonna run into that woman a lot. So, we're gonna run into the woman most receptive to us. We can say we want a 10, but we know we'll take a 6. Any man will say, and you got some men out there say they won't, I guarantee they ain't getting shit. So I take them with a grain of salt too if they talk shit online. All that counts is what happens in the real world. And dudes got to keep that in mind. When I see women say, well, I want this guy, he got to be a certain height, he got to be this and that. And I was like, okay, good luck finding that guy. In fact, I did a seminar one time with some women talking about that whole ideal man bullshit. I did a seminar, it's nothing but women in there. And they knew they wanted some bullshit. Like, and it's not even standards. It's like being realistic. Like, you got some broke ass woman and shit. She in a poor area. She's average at best. Thinking she gonna get some high post man. That's a fantasy. That is a fantasy. She better be she better be a minimum 8, consensus 8 to even think about it. And then even then, where's she hanging out at? Where these high post men are hanging out at? If she ain't hanging out in those places, she probably ain't gonna meet them. That's why when women say stuff, I just say, like, whatever. I don't even take them seriously until I see them with the guy. But see, you get too many guys. See, the issue is too many guys get caught up in it. Like, let's get back to the height thing. Like I said, I was going to do something on the height thing. Dudes need to let that shit go. Women say whatever, but still hang out with some person. Look, I'm going to tell you what. And then it really is their perception of the height. I've had women who were 5'9", 5'10", think I was 6'2". I ain't 6'2", even with some shoes on. I ain't 6'2". Hell, getting older, so my height going down a little bit. So my height between 5'10.6" to 5'11.1". That depends on what time of day. But I've had some women say I was 6 feet, just how I carry myself. You know? That's why I say just carry yourself. And then even then, there's a lot of women who got with some guys who are like 5'8" or something. They'll say one thing, do something else. I mean, I've lost count of how many times a woman, not even just with me, but a woman has gotten with some guy and that wasn't what she stated as her type. Shit. Hundreds of times. I thought it was normal. Because see, understand something with women. They'll say one thing publicly, but then they got that shadow side of who they really gonna fuck. And it's rare they're gonna say who they really gonna fuck publicly. Because let's be real with it. If they say who they really gonna fuck, it might not be who you think they would. See, understand something. A lot of women in general, they gotta have a public face. They gotta have a public face. But then that's when they dip into the shadow world to get what they really want. Yeah, they'll say they want a type of guy. They'll say he gotta be this, this, and this. And then when you present it to them that guy is around, they still don't want those guys, which means they didn't want that guy at first. You know? They didn't want that guy at first. So, you know, when you hear a woman say, well, he gotta be 6 feet, he gotta be so handsome, he gotta be, I'm like, whatever. You know? Be like, whatever. Remember I was at a library one time and stuff talking to this woman. I said, come on outside. And, you know, she talking some shit. Talking about how you ain't fucking financing a fee. Why am I coming out here? I say, bring your ass on. Move faster. Dude, seriously, man. You can't be tripping off of what they say or let that shit fuck with your head. See, what a man gotta do is just get his shit together, be his best version, and see who likes him. And then if you get a woman on some bullshit talking about she don't like your ass or she don't want what you giving, shit, she doing you a favor. Be like, okay, what good is she? You just let her go. You don't worry about it. See, too many guys be worried about some one woman rejecting them, or a few. Pay attention to the ones who are showing some interest. Now, every time I say that and done some videos, I'm gonna get some guy, well, I want her. Dude, you need to grow the fuck up, man. See, the real players and pimps, if the woman ain't choosing them, they don't fuck with them. The guys who are successful with women, they ain't chasing a bunch of women. They are not chasing a bunch of women. They're gonna fuck with the women who gonna show some real interest in shit. But what they gonna do, they gonna, see, it's very simple. You fix yourself up, you fix your attraction up, work on your bait. You know, always talk body game so you can hit the gym. Shit, you can let the barber bless you. Fix yourself up as much as possible because women are always looking. And then what they'll do is they'll put themselves in your path or something. Or they'll be receptive when you approach them. But you fix yourself up. Now, if a woman don't like it, she just don't like it. Don't worry about it. See, too many guys get caught up in that one woman who rejected them. and stuff, and I can understand, yeah, she attractive, but you can't make her like you. You can't waste time. Don't waste time. And I'm gonna tell you what, even with that, if you don't act like you like her and you just move on, sometimes she'll change her mind. But whatever the case, the women choosing. So you only fuck with the women who fucking with you. And shit, that's the easiest way. See, a lot of guys think you can't force a woman to like you. Can't force another human being to like you. So you just fix yourself up. Don't worry about what they say. Fix what you got. You know your ass ain't 6 feet. All right. But you can still dress right. You can still hit the gym. You can still get a good haircut. You can still get that riz, that charisma. You can have that shit anyway. And then pay attention, because I'm going to tell you something with women. A lot of guys don't seem to get this. They're always looking. Women are always checking out a guy. Always. That don't mean he going to necessarily get her, but they're always looking. All you have to do is have some good bait. Pick up on the looks. Pick up on somebody checking out your bait. And then be like, hey, what's up? Boom. 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 And it's regardless of who you are. Because different women are like different shit. And then that gets into what I talk about, the tribe. Just figure out which women generally, okay, what is it about the women who show some interest? What's their body type? Like I said, women got a nice, even though I always joke around and say breastises, the women like me best always are more pear-shaped or got a nice ass, and small up top. The women, seriously, every time I run into, I don't care what their race is, whatever. They got that round ass, got those hips. They always friendly. At the very least, all I have to do is just decide. They're always receptive to me. Now, somebody else, it might be some women with the big breastises. Somebody else, the more voluptuous woman. Somebody else, the slimmer, athletic woman. So you just figure out which ones. Don't spend your time worried about the one who don't like you. Because why are you wasting time on her? And then if you keep chasing her, you better pray she ain't that type of gonna play. You see, a lot of women who don't really like a guy, but they'll use the guy for money. Shit, they'll make the guy take her out. Shit, that's a mark. And women know that shit. You get some women who, shit, they'll use that guy. They'll say have him like paying for shit, buying all this shit. They don't really like it. You be texting her and shit, she be showing it to her friends. You be the butt of some jokes. And there's plenty of guys, I know y'all don't want to admit to it, plenty of guys, they don't realize it, but you chasing some woman, be the butt of jokes and shit. You be on the phone and shit with her talking some shit, and shit, she got your ass on a speaker. Telling her girlfriends is like, try to be quiet while they laughing. Shit. Sending that text, especially nowadays. Yeah, you send that little simpy ass text and shit. She'll show it to all the girlfriends. She'll show it to all the girlfriends. But here's the thing: if she like you, she'll show it to the girlfriends, but seeing something different, saying, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna give him some." Hell, it might make you a dick appointment or something like that. Because all these women don't necessarily have high counts, but they all want to fuck. You just gotta be a motherfucker who got what they want. They always, like I said, they're always looking. But you can't let it worry you if you ain't what they say online or even in a public space. Because I always told a story about that woman arguing with me. We talking about women having like some young boys for sex and everything, having that like maintenance man. Yeah, this a form. There's a bunch of men and women there, man. I thought we about to come to blows the way she was arguing. She's talking about, yeah, women don't have men like that. Women don't have. As soon as we got outside, it was just me, her, and a few of her friends. And she was like, damn right, she got a muscular young boy. And she said it just like that, a muscular young boy. And she even said the other women, they wanted to be quiet. Shit. You gotta learn that shit. And see, this ain't trying to, and that's why I say you just gotta really ultimately just focus on yourself and see who likes it. And if you find a woman you ain't drawing some woman or something, well, you got some shit to work on then, don't you? Don't get mad at the women. Yeah. Because women, they want something. They just ain't finding enough men for it. That's why you can get some men known players and shit can have multiple women. He can tell them. He can even tell them he got other women. And as long as, he treat them right, they good with it. There's a lot of women like that. They're a side piece and they good. They part of the rotation and they good. So what is it the men do who get the women? All of them ain't 6 feet. And you ask the women, they say, well, he just alright looking. But they just got the attitude. They got the attitude. The women gonna come to them. Women checking them out. That's why I say, don't worry about that. And I've said that. I had a major video. Pay attention to the women who want you. Some guys still get mad, or they either say, well, what if I don't want them, or women ain't checking me out. Well, you gotta work at it. You gotta work at it. Because I've always worked at it, and there's some women who wanted me, I just didn't want them. It's like, okay. But there's plenty who did want me. So that's what I fucked with. And that's all you have to do. You gotta work on yourself. Present your best. Take whatever you got and make it the best. Okay, you're not 6 feet. Well, is that stopping you from dressing well? Is that stopping you from hitting the gym? No. Get that nice bike, getting a nice haircut. Figuring out which look you got draws the most attention. Hell, that could be fun. Figure out, are they checking you out more if you got a beard or goatee, mustache, or clean shaven? You can figure that shit out as soon as you walk out the door. You got women checking, trying to flirt with you. Because women will flirt with the guy they want. You just got to pick up on it. They will flirt, maybe even compliment you or something. But you got to fix yourself up. Let's work with what you got. Because yes, you got some women, you got plenty of women out here on some fantasy shit, but there's plenty who are just realistic too. And shoot, sometimes you can hit even the fantasy one. You can, if depending on who you are, you can hit them in such a way. Who you are can hit them in such a way to make them want you. They let that fantasy go. They'll change their mind. They'll be like, yeah, I used to like this type of guy, but when I met him, changed up. It's just that simple. It ain't hard. And a lot of guys got to just get that attitude. You get, like I say, you can't get caught up with what they be saying. They be saying a lot of shit. I'm like, shit, okay. Whatever. Because publicly they got to present something. And I'm going to tell you what, publicly too, sometimes there are some guys they ain't going to want. They'll say some stuff, try to keep them away. But, like I said, you might not be their type, but if you presenting something that is turning them on sexually, their type will change. Yeah, I've heard women say that too. Or they say to you, how many guys have had a woman, put one in the description box, in the comments. How many guys have had a woman say, well, I don't usually do this. I don't usually do this. Or you ain't the type of guy I usually go for. And you're like, whatever. Part of the thing that turn them on is you ain't pressed. That's another thing too. You act like you ain't worried about that woman, whatever she's saying. You become a challenge to her then. She be like, well, damn, I told him I wanted this, and this. Dude, they ain't give a fuck. All of a sudden, they get intrigued and shit. They be like, oh, wait. Hold up. This dude 5'9", I done told him I want a guy 6'2", and he ain't blink. It's like, oh, what's up with this dude? That 5'9" dude still spitting. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. And the woman be like, oh, ooh. Like I said, it'd be a challenge for her and shit. But the key to it all, just be who you gonna be no matter what she say. Like I said, I'm thinking hard. I think I might have, in fact, even being called attractive. I think I can count on my hand how many women I've been with who said I was attractive. I don't know what I was to them. They still fuck me, suck my dick or something. So you never know. You just gotta be you. You just gotta be you. And if they don't like you, they just don't like you. Respect that shit. Seriously, respect that shit, man. There's an abundance of women in the world. Yeah. Like this brother said, I mentioned several times, this brother, young brother, was doing a webinar for me, evoking. And he said, shoot, any man can get at least 10 women a year. There's enough out here. Really, you can. Seriously. I don't care who you are. In these days, if you got basics, if you got some sovereign basics, like your own spot, got a car, got a job, got a plan for life, and you keep yourself in decent shape. You don't have to be a fitness model or some shit like that, but you keep yourself in decent shape. Yeah, you keep yourself in decent shape, got a good conversation, you can get a woman out here. It really ain't hard. There's 2 people, the popo done stopped. God damn, they out. They must need some money. Family motherfuckers. Bam ass motherfucker. Yeah, so anyway though, I'm going to get my shit, get my FOD, y'all. Food. Just go with it, y'all. Just go with it. Yeah. But yeah, yo. Just women gonna say whatever. You just do you. Just be like, yeah, okay. Okay. You know, woman hit you with something. I prefer a guy 6 feet. It's like, damn, I was going like, yeah. Like, I'll end this with something. Michael Baisden, you can look him up, famous. He talks about relationships. Remember before he first got out, I'll never forget this. We had this bookstore in PG Plaza Mall. It's not, the bookstore's no longer in business, Karibu. He was doing something there. This before he really got big. This before. But he was doing a seminar there. He had this young girl in there talking about she'd make a man wait a year. She was like, I'll make a guy wait a year before I have sex with him. And Michael, he wasn't even impressed. He was like, oh damn, I was gonna holler at you too. Oh well. It's like shit. She started crying. I was like, what's she crying for? She said what she wanted. He said what he wasn't gonna do. She crying and shit. Because women be saying whatever. They say whatever. So you just be like, okay. If it ain't what you want to do, don't do it. Respect her shit. If she don't, she got what she gonna do. Seriously. So they be saying a lot of stuff. Take it with a grain of salt. You hear online and everything. Even publicly. Just take it with a grain of salt. Seriously. Just be like, okay. Yeah, okay. Hell. Myself personally, I remember women look at me dead in the eye saying, we ain't gonna do anything. We ain't gonna have sex. Later. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's Star Trek shit. Oh man. But anyway, y'all have a good day though. Y'all have a good day. And men, seriously, man, just work on yourselves, man, and pay attention. Just showing you some love, man. Fuck the rest up, man. If they don't want you, they just don't want you. All right? Don't let that shit go make you crazy, all right? And I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.